Nurgle. It's not what we wanted to see. We wanted to see our opponent come in with lots of fan factor so we could use it to get buy things at the end of the game. So it's Nurgle. They have got the Rot Spawn, which I think is a good choice against Wood Elves. I don't know if it's a good choice in general, but against Wood Elves, those tentacles do work. 3 Pesticles and just 2 Bloaters. That's a really different Nurgle build to what I'm used to seeing. I feel like normally people start with all the Bloaters. Does mean they've got 3 rerolls. Probably a more reliable starting Nurgle build. Hi, JYE Fash. Welcome to the stream. I think got the tree. I think I'm going to kick this time. Maybe I'll regret that, but I think I'm going to kick. And since we don't have any positionals, we will do the full 5 across. Not a fan of the pitch? It's definitely like a bit busy. There's a lot going on, but I find it one of the ones that's reasonably easy to read. And I think it looks pretty. Not reroll 4 pesty 4 blow through his life. That's a brave build, Slot Merchant. Union Elf pitch is the easiest to read for sure. Like if you want one that looks a bit more interesting than the basic one, but is still really clear, the Union Elf pitch is it for sure. This one kind of looks like it's like a Wood Elf pitch, but it's got some Nurgle corruption going on it. Like it's got some warty mushrooms coming up for the opponents. Vicious Ref has done what? Oh my god. Wow, that is brutal. Well, we didn't have much luck the last 2 games, but that's certainly a piece of luck to start the game. Has sent off their Rot Spawn. That is savage. Like, if you've gone for this build to get the Rot Spawn in, and first game is just like, yeah, can't have that. Okay, maybe this team has better luck than the last team. We shall see. And then a double skull. Jeez. Opponent is thinking, what the hell right now? That is a rotten start. Rotten, like Nurgle. They did get the ball, so they haven't got to worry about failed pickups now. They have no bench as well, so they're now capped on 10. Surf that. Dice permitting. Or surf that. That one's actually easier because we can do the blitz first. Still definitely going to take that block. That into there. There. Very nice. Or do. Okay. I should have moved the tree before. I was just being indecisive, and that's never a good reason not to do it first. I was just trying to decide whether the tree goes on this one here or goes on 2 here, because that's string of 4, so it needs to assist knock the tree down. But that is then clustering up a lot of your team, especially since you've lost 2 players. So I think we are going to go for that. Knock down there is great. And that will do for turn 1, I think. I could be wrong, Bloodborne, and this might be entirely in my head, but I feel like the more blood you see, the less likely it is to be an injury. That's what it feels like playing the game to me. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to give the bloater the 2 assists it needs to make this a 2 dice on the tree. So are we going to make it a 1 dice? No, so we're... I don't know what we're doing. Okay, blitzing that lineman on the edge. Does get a pout. That's... well, I guess it's not that easy to surf, actually. Possible, though. Possible to surf. I'd have to surf my own player first, which probably isn't worth it. Could take the boat down to hurt the bloater, but I think we'll just take the stand firm. Stay where we are. And then we'll take the skull here unless they reroll it. And a KO as well. So we are now 3 players up on Nurgle. Don't ask me how. They have rolled some terrible dice. We have got 2 dice on the ball here. Does need 2 GFIs. Or we're doing it with a lineman for 1 GFI. I think for sure either way we're going to do that. Oh, they conceded. Okay. Well, fair enough. I don't blame them. It's a bit of a shame because I would have liked to get some SPP, but... good SPP, in fact. So, not the worst at all. And enough money for the apothecary right away. So, really not the worst. Well, that was quick. Are we just going to random everything? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I'm going to try and build how I like to build rather than worrying about the ladder. Because we never got to 1.6 million last time, so I'm just going to try and build a team that I like. Feels a bit rubbish buying the apothecary before you've added anything else to the team, right? Like, because you take the TV up to 1.05 and you haven't got any skills or anything yet. But with war dances on the pitch, you just want that apothecary quickly. Save you from having to reset the team if something dies, hopefully. I say as if apothecaries never fail. Means we can now start saving for the fun stuff, more rerolls and more positionals. Don't blame my opponent for conceding either. Game 1 on your team, and you've got your rot spawn sent off before you've even acted. And then down 2 more players against Wood Elves by what, turn 3? It wasn't going to be a fun game for them. We didn't move up on the blood pass, did we? Because it was too quick. Too quick to gain any blood pass. Yeah. What are we coming up on? So next we've got an Elf Union customization. Wood Elf Staff Zone, that's exciting. Looks nice. A rotter arm. A new head, but we've already bought ourselves a better head. Some more leaves. I mean, really what we're saving for is we want to get Glorielle, who we did see someone do the animations for her, and she does have a very funny taunt animation. Someone did it to us, and I liked it. You know what I would like more of in the next Bird Pass? In 3 months' time. I can't see unless team's spinning. I'd like more of these options. Like, I feel like they've made some really nice fun settings. I'm saying this and I'm going to just clarify, like, I have things I'd rather they fix that are more important. But if you're adding things for the Blood Pass, I feel like some more like different variety here would be fun. Slime coach emotes. That is one of the great mysteries. Like the fact that we just lost a bunch of emotes. The fact that there were emotes and then they just disappeared. That was never like it was never officially explained, was it? Why there was suddenly fewer. Like I assumed at some point they were going to put them back in and monetize them, but they haven't. Blood Bowl Knight, you wanted to know what my orc team looks like. That's what it looks like. So those are all randomed. And everything else is paid for. So I paid full price for these because once you've got a good random, you're not going to random again. And I paid for those. Oh, I need to rebuy the goblin. I've been using a goblin as my ball carrier. I don't want to play them. The dirty player is random as well. I don't really get to use it very often, but this is the thing. So like, yeah, this team I can rebuy it. This is what my team looks like most games. And at that TV, that just is absolutely monstrous. Like it really doesn't feel like... It doesn't feel very fair. Yeah, I could afford to buy the Sneaky Git Blood Bowl Nut, but I've been wondering if it's worth it because, again, my team is monstrous because it's really cheap and adding that sneaky git to it would make it a lot less cheap. So speaking of orcs, we have gone into orcs using basically my build. They've got a big one with block. They've not added skills yet to the blitzers, and they have a goblin. So yeah, same build as one I just showed you basically, but with fewer skills. I really like the goblin on that team as well. 20,000 inducements. We take the coach and hope it gets an extra reroll for sure, since we only have one. But yeah, I really like the goblin ball carrier because it's cheap, but it's also hang on, this isn't Torquemada from chat, is it? I saw the team name. It's not saying Torquemada here. Wait, what am I doing? We don't have positionals, so we can do the full 5. Four turns in, I fell 4 times, been caught 4 times for 4 stuns. Brutal. Against Underworld? Then that's sad. If you're playing against Underworld, you should not... Only good dice allowed against Underworld. I'm super curious to see if anyone takes Underworld to Andy's tournament, even though they're in tier 0. Because I actually think you probably could take them in tier 0 and still do okay with them. That's how good they are. I'm hoping no one will, but... cheering fans did nothing because you're all the same. Ogres. What are you doing with your ogre build, Ferret? Just lots of block ogres? Star player ogres? 6 Ankara? Okay. So not many skills. Or rerolls. In fact, with 6 ogres, would you get any rerolls? Or is that just 6 ogres and don't roll bonehead? I thought Andy had a skill penalty for star players. Am I mixing it with NAFC? Maybe I'm mixing it up with NAFC. Oh, instant 1 in 9 on a player that's not got block. And instant murder. Good reroll. That is possibly the end of Ode to Joy on the team. Don't like niggles before players have skills. Why are we using the ones without block to do the blocks? I mean, I guess it does give you SPP on those players, so maybe it's worth it, because those are hard ones to level. That's not an... Oh, you can... That's not an assist right now. You need to knock that one over. And now you haven't got a strength 4 one to do it with easily. So you can 1 dice it. They're going to 1 dice knock over the tree, aren't they? They're going to 1 dice knock over the tree and make me sad. That's still not an assist. If they push this player, right? Like they put this here, but it's like they've forgotten it's there. Picks the ball up. Does not roll the power. Okay. Do I stay here and keep on all of them? I don't think so, because they've got to push me here or here, so I'll just get a nice 3 dice on one of those two and then walk back up. Oh! I said I don't think so, and I did it anyway. Whoops. Oh well. Didn't mean to keep that there, but did by mistake. It's a bit of a shame, because I could have done a 3 dice and then, assuming I didn't root, could have then followed up. But let's get some elves moving forward. So I can have a 2 dice instead on one of those two. Bit annoying that I knew what I wanted to do there, but then failed to do it. Right. Please get at least a push. How is better? So, unless you are new to the stream, you would have seen this before. We're just trying to split their team. Make it hard for them to connect this part of the team to this part of the team that's up here. Oh, this is the one nicest. Oops. Fine. Disappointing. Hey, Rumbad. Rumbad, some unbelievably rough dice I saw you get against Andy last night. Which I'm told, because I was watching with Andy, but I'm told you handled them much better than I've been taking my bad dice this morning. So well done for laughing it off. Risking the 1 in 9 for SCP on the big ones, I do the same in my league. Yeah, it makes sense actually. Like if your focus is on like building the team rather than on the game, it does make some sense. Thank you for the follow, Sempiternos. The camera's supposed to be focused on my dog sleeping, so kind of my kid, yes. My child. In absence of a human child. My dog child. Ashu Puff's Wood Friday, yes. Some people call it Good Friday, but they're wrong. It's Wood Friday. Wood Elf Friday. So they can 1 dice the tree again. They've left the ball on this side, which I think we can get a hit on it right now, but let's see where the turn ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can get there. Oh, I knew it was coming this time. Oh, it's because I didn't stand firm. It's because I stood firm by mistake last time. I meant to say. Oh well. That definitely is good for them. Frees up 2 extra orcs. Kindred, Nuffle has been a massive jerk, but we've started a new team in the hope that Nuffle will look more kindly on this team. But we might have killed off a team. Or Nuffle might have. Okay, good job, Shepherd. Getting up. So this is now 2 dodges to base the ball. That's 1 dodge to base the ball. That's I mean, that's saying 3 dodges, but I don't know where the third one's come from. There's one. Oh, yeah, 2. Okay, yeah. I'm just confused by the, confused as ever by the Blood Bowl UI. Try to base from there and hit with this one, I think is probably the play. It's a bit scary because we're going to leave a lot of players based here. Oh, we pop dodge right away. Maybe we don't do this one now. What's our other options? We could now bail on that and do it with this one, but then I think we're committed. I think we've got to try for this. Might as well do it with the rush here now instead of the dodge because it's a 2+ either way. Okay, good. So we need to do 2 2+. We have got dodge, so hopefully that can save us from having to do the rush. Pop dodge again. I think this time we do still take the second dodge because actually, like, if we manage to get there, then it's better to have the extra square of movement. So it's the same 2+ either way, whether we do it as a dodge or a GFI. Ah. So no rerolls. Do get the hit. Don't knock it down. If we push it here, we'll get an extra 1 dice on it. I think it's better to keep it where it is. Okay, no rerolls for the half. This is early Wood Elf life when you can't have all the rerolls you want. I think I'm going to put that there and take this block. Okay. Guess we don't know if I can not follow. I think it's best to bring you around. Start having you get towards being in a better position for later. Fine. Boo! Ah, so tough early on without the rerolls. Felt like that turn could have been a big turn, but instead this may unravel from here, the defense, because we don't have any more like recovery with those rerolls, and if they can unpick this, they'll get the ball into a cage from having been in quite a nice spot for us outside the cage. Yeah, it wasn't a good turn of dice. Unfortunately. Okay, so that's the blitz. Are we going to stay put and just block, or are we going to dodge? Like, dodge puts the ball into a much safer spot for next turn, but it is a 3+. Looks like they're going to go for the block. Block should give us a 1 dice on the ball next turn. Or maybe they're just doing that to show this up in case it fails. Okay, gets another powerless up here. Good job, Gruff not dying. The fact you did that first makes me think maybe you are dodging, because if you were blocking here, you might as well do it first. It's a safer block. Yeah, do the dodge. Boo! Well, that might be our last chance at it. We'll see. It's early in the drive. We'll see. We will see. think we definitely still just want to blitz up here. Be in the way. Not rolled well on the block so far, I have to say. So I think the plan here is try to force him towards the tree. Good. Good. It's a little bit greedy doing that, to be honest. We maybe could have got in trouble doing that block. But doing it and succeeding it is nice. I feel like I've just done the opposite of what I said. I wanted to force them towards the tree, but now I've knocked that over and dodged that. Maybe I've discouraged them from going towards the tree and forced them this way again. Which isn't the worst. If they go to the sideline, then that creates different possibilities. Thanks, Dukes. Happy Easter to you as well. Hope everyone's got fun Easter plans lined up. Lots of chocolate. Thanks for the follow, Rackies. So I think this time I may not give the tree block, and I might just let the tree save up and see if it can ever get to movement. Because for 20,000 in this low TV ladder, I think the movement 3 could be really nice. We'll see. Why is it actually called Good Friday? Isn't it a bit mean to Jesus? Like calling it the Great War. What was so great about it? I'll leave that to people who are more confident on the religious side of things than me. I was raised Catholic, so half Italian, but don't even really know why it's called Good Friday. I mean, there's obviously like the whole story of what happens over Easter. It's quite good in the Christian story. Is it Distortion of God Friday? Probably. Yeah, I mean that makes sense to Jadin. Good old Jesus coming through for us. Good meant holy, yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? It's just Holy Friday. So there's a no reroll 1 dice for 1 dice on the ball here. Oh no, it still wouldn't give me 1 dice, could be blocking my own way. Feels like there should be chain pushes here, to be honest. If you push that into there, I don't know, I think it's a bit too elaborate. Let's get you around here. See if you want to go there. There's 2 ways to do this, because we could hit with that one, and then that would mean that it's only 1 dice that way. No, it's better just to do this. Have the safety of the block skill. Gets you free. Then I think it's just 1 dices. This is what I mean. Playing orcs, you see just how strong everything is. It's really hard to chip at orcs. Where are we blitzing? If I can do that dodge, I can blitz that one. Okay, that's good. See how that goes. It's just, again, with no rerolls, it's so tough to be aggressive here. Like, we're slowing them down. I tend to find that the slowing down strategy doesn't work in the end, especially because they've got a goblin they can hand it to and dodge through your lines. But it's hard to have a more aggressive plan when you haven't got those rerolls to try to be aggressive with. Of course, Cobblestone. Ask away. I'm much more ready to answer people's Wood Elf development questions than their Good Friday questions, let me tell you that much. That's much more familiar territory. 500 warp zone, but I want it. No. What do you think of Sneaky Git catches? The thing with a Sneaky Git catcher on a Wood Elf team is why wouldn't you just have a Sneaky Git lineman? Because, like, on a Skaven team, I can see why you want your Sneaky Git gutter runners, because the Sneaky Git is hard to get, but... Rude. So there is a chain to put one dice hit on the ball here. It's not even a particularly difficult one, is it? I guess it's a little bit difficult. We need to put someone in here. Double dodge you. Put you there. Blitz from there. It's not one dice on the ball though, actually, because of that. Puts you on the ball. But it's still a red dice. And we can't... Well, if we pow that, then we could get that in there. So maybe we take this first and see if it gives us the opportunity. Okay. Backwards. I'll stage again this one. Nice. Very nice. Good job, Shepherd. So now the play would be step in here, but we need to do this as well. So we do need to bring this catcher up. We could do it with you. Then we still need someone to do that afterwards. I think we might as well do it with you. Oh, except you rolled a 1 right away, which is not helpful. Alright, at that point, let's bail out on this. We will bring you in here, since that didn't do what we wanted it to. That's only a 1 for now. We can make it a 2. Now you can come round to there. Now we have 1 dice on the ball. With no reroll. Or we can hit Goblin, but no. Ah, it's a nice idea, huh? I still feel like that was a good play. Oh, the next one was the 6. Damn it. We needed to roll one more dice first and we would have got our POW. 2 6s waiting in the dice log afterwards. Rats. We've certainly made this trickier for them though now, right? This is turn 6 and they need to get the ball forward and they have now got a bunch of players tied up in the scrum here. So not totally useless. Also a chance that we have a war dancer die because that's based and also so is this catcher, but elf life. Not rats, elves. That's where I've been going wrong apparently. If I was playing rats I'd have more rerolls. Okay. Not a POW on the war dancer. Just pushing us out of the way. Now we've only got 4 players completely free to act. They're going to have a chance to... I mean, the goblin could just dodge. They could also try to free up by hitting here, but they've only got 4 players who are completely just free to activate, which is pretty nice for a position for us to be in on turn 6. Like, that's definitely, like, less comfortable than the orcs would like to be. It's definitely a position they can score from, so I'm not saying it's perfect for us, but it's created some stress points for them. Yeah, that has to be bits. And it is. I feel like I'm down. Oh, I am down. I forgot one got injured on the line. I was like, I thought I was only on 10 players. I was like, I feel like I'm on fewer than 10, but we're not. We're on 9. That makes more sense. Oh, it's a huge POW on the war dancer. Damn. Okay, not an armor break at least. And then a 1 dice POW as well there. Yeah, that's so bad because we need those players to get around the front next turn and they're now not going to be able to because of the movement. That's really unlucky. That's really unlucky. That's a pain. That's a big pain. Because this turn we are trying to just screen them and stop them from gaining ground, and now that's much harder. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. It's a bit rowdy, but I think we're in the spot where we have to try to be. You're going to stay there for now. I'm going to dodge to here. So we don't have a good blitz this turn, so we're going to try to use the tree and jam it in somewhere good. So we blitz with the tree, doesn't root, that's a good start. Doesn't knock itself over, that's excellent. What I'd really like to do is a treeify and put it here. I think that'll make their life much harder. Oh, you're a champion, Shepherd. What an absolute hero. Absolute hero plays from Shepherd the Tree. Okay, not so good from Gruff, but... That's definitely made their life a bit harder. They can come through this gap. If we made that dodge, we would have been in a really, really good position. Without that dodge, they have got a space to come through, unfortunately. But at least we've kept some more of their players tied up here. does work, but if you don't break armor, now you've got to do jump overs. Hi, Arakin, and I feel like there's more new people who've showed up in chat. Cobblestorm's question. What was Cobblestorm's question? Okay, yeah, I've come back to it. I'm too involved in the end of this drive here, and then I will come back to it. I might ask you to play it again. Yeah, BB Jock, I think you're right. I think I was I should have covered that with that war dancer. I thought it as soon as the dodge failed. I thought, why didn't I do that? So now they're going to have to commit to trying to knock this tree down. 4, 5, 6 needs 1 more assist for 2 dice. Because right now I'm pretty sure that's not in range, right? So right now nothing's in range. If I was them, I might even think about moving this goblin first just to have the threat. But no, they're going to use that as an assist. Does knock it over. You'll stand firm. So that's still in the way. You've still got to now go do dodges if you want to go this way. This might be a give up and don't score situation, which we love. They've now only got 2 players who even could get into scoring range. Yeah, they're not trying to. Let me double check I'm right on this. Yep, not in scoring range. Absolutely love to see it. Takes Rupert stands up. That's pretty good. So now we need to think about getting a scoring threat in. Probably it's just Panef, to be honest. Don't have amazing options anywhere else. Do we stand this up to make this hit easier and free this up for the blitz? I think maybe we do. Oh well. So much for that. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'll use the Apo, but I'll regret it when things die. Has that failing left any chain push score options on? I don't think it has because we're on the wrong side of them. It's just going to give them a bunch of free hits though. We didn't get ourselves a scoring threat. Nothing was going to work, right? It was double 1, so... Boobies. Boobies. It's Wood Friday. The dancer has risen from his KO. Who was it? It was Cauliflower. She's risen. Just jump over. Yeah, I wonder if they forgot about jump over or didn't want to risk all the 3s, because they could have done a jump over to get at least 1 orc in scoring range, which is what I would have wanted them to do. I think if I was them, I might have kept the ball here, but I would have at least tried to get like 1 jump over to get something in range. But then, like I said, I might also have just sent the goblin into range before doing anything else. Just so you have some chance, right? Because look, I rolled that double skull, so if they'd had some chance, then they might be scoring right now. Collie, you died, but you are risen. I mean, you might be about to get fouled, I'm not sure. And when I say died, you were just KO'd. Too much effort with the bubble UI, maybe. So they haven't got a bench and they have got 1 KO, which might put them off fouling. That said, if they've watched other people fouling me today, they won't hesitate, because everyone who's fouled me today has had a casualty as a reward. Blitzing the catcher gets it down. Oh, dead catcher. That's going to take a long time to replace. And that's why you don't use the Apo. That's why you don't use the Apo greedily to keep a war dancer around. Nah, it's dead. That's very dead. Agility 3 plus catcher, no chance. That's gone. Sorry, Thelian. There is 0 chance I'm keeping an agility busted catcher. See if the tree wants to take a blitz because nothing else is going to be that good. Does get up. And fails the rush. We did not get our KO back so we're on 8. They didn't get theirs back so they were on 10. Not sure what to do here. Instinct is Daka, but Daka with only 1 reroll and no catcher, it's pretty ropey. But then that could go for just about any kind of offense. Having only 1 reroll and only 2 dodge skill, it's all going to be a bit sketchy. How do you 1 turn with 1 player? Quick snap, Star Ferret. You persuade your opponent not to line up over your 1 player who has 12 movement, and then you get a quick snap, and then you get a touchback. That's how you do it. Be Amazons? How do Amazons do it with 1 player? Oh, is that the hit and run thing? Like if you had a double movement up hit and run piece with sprint and sure feet, I guess it could. Or have Ivar Eriksson on your team. That's... Oh no, because that would be 2 players. You said only 1 player. Oh, the Daka really does feel bad here, but everything feels kind of bad. Because if we stay close, they're going to base us every turn. And we've only got 1 reroll. So I think we do still Daka. But it's not going to be a happy Daka. It's not going to be a good Daka. It's probably going to end badly. The old unhappy Daka. Why are you saying... Oh, F off. We had a sodding assistant coach there as well and we still didn't get the free reroll. I needed that reroll. They didn't need the reroll. I needed it. So this just like has to work basically. It's kind of how that goes. Good, it worked. Oh, my Dakas have not been happy lately. I had a very salty Daka fail earlier. Because we managed to do the whole Daka without needing to roll any dice that mattered until we had to roll 1, 2 plus. And it snaked. And I didn't take it well. I was not an adult about it. Yeah, until it isn't. Last time I tried that, I completely pitch kid. Yep, it can happen. Dimmy G with the big raid. Dimmy, how are you? Dimmy, I've seen you playing all sorts of different games the last few days. I saw you playing a game that I'd like to play at some point, which is I forgot what it's called now. The one they made the TV show of with the zombie plants. Last of Us. Dimmy was handed a baby at the end of the stream, so I'm not sure you're able to reply. Noted. Thanks for the follow, Tofunav. I cast the snot, he appoed it and it took back the 2 SBP. That's a fun bug. Not like actually fun, but you know. It's new. Not new, okay. Apparently not new. I'm wrong. I assume Dimmy's on holiday because I've seen him streaming like every day. I think we're going to back up one time. They've got 4 rerolls though. They could even do the GFIs. Do I want to back up here or do I want to be a bit more aggressive? Tree actually doing a thing on the Dakar? You'd love to see it. Well, that was all of a 1-turn Dakar. Probably should have stuck to my guns and dropped back further there, but I don't know. It feels so tight without the catcher. It feels so tough to do this. Like the 1 reroll just means that every single action is fraught. A surprise for doing the stream, I think, is a way to stop him streaming. Was it the stunty cows that shows weird in the dice log? Yeah, that's a question for Star Ferret. Poor Ferret, sounds like you're not having a fun game. And you're playing against Underworld, so it's probably not surprising that you're not having a fun game. Because Underworld aren't fun. Yeah, this is exactly why I was thinking about the Dakar, is just because, like, this is the correct thing to do. They're just saying, okay, now do lots of 2+ dodges with your 1 reroll until you fail. And I hate it. At least the tree is making them stand off a little bit over here, which is the tree's job sometimes. Strength 4 on the Biggins is just such a pain. Strength 4 and movement 5. Like I've been saying, playing a short run of orcs myself this season has really brought home how absolutely monstrous they are. I hate this situation. There's nothing good here. There's no good option. I'm seriously thinking about blitzing with the tree just because it's so hard to get blitzes against this wall of monstrousness with my shortage of players that, like, I almost need to high roll. I hate blitzing with the tree. Still got the bribe. Gonna keep on fouling. But sometimes it's good. Follow up onto the goblin. Follow up onto the goblin. Badly hurt the big one. That we love to see. And then do we do it safe, or do we want to... I quite like to hit that one as well because I'm greedy, but I think we need to be at least sensible about it. Well, there's not really a way through here, is there? Not unless that goblin knocks down the tree. So if we can do this dodge and screen from this side. The problem is we need to go deeper. Yeah, I think we have to be boring here. Play it safe. Okay. Now if we could make this dodge, we could think about it. So let's try that first, because we're going to have to do a dodge either way, one or the other. Okay, at that point, I say yes. Let's take another block. Look at you, Shepherd. Look at you doing a murder. Appreciate that a lot. Now 9 orcs by Bonnet.
I choose violence.
I did. I chose some violence. Okay, punching here. Gonna get stuck up onto our ball carrier. Don't die. Didn't die. Didn't get KO'd either, so we might see Chris frozen again. And now they've done that blitz, I think the goblin can't knock it. Well, it could do an uphill, but it can't get even one dice on the tree, which I was probably unduly concerned about when I was making the follow decision. I was like, what if this goblin just gets load of assists and knocked down the tree? But it does need quite a lot of assists. It's not easy to do. Ideal world, that goblin fails a dodge away and injures itself. That's what we're really hoping for. Oh, did you win the crypt, Daughter? Well done. Unless you did it on dwarfs, in which case not well done. In which case, boo. Okay, sorry. Well dones are revoked. I decided I felt like it was cursed, kind sir, and put it in the bin. It had been on a ridiculous run of draws, and then I had an extremely salty loss, and I just said, you know what? Sometimes with teams, I just no longer like the sight of them. I was sick of the sight of that team, so I said goodbye to it. This possibly was a mistake to fight this here, because now they've done again a sensible thing. They're forcing us to block out here, and it's creating problems for us. Slightly surprised they didn't dodge off the tree with the goblin. There is a way through if we get that hit, and I think we're going to try to take it. Okay, push is fine. Really could do with this being a knockdown. I will settle for a push. That was nice. Okay. Probably should dodge the ball first. Good. Got to cover this side of it. Please fall over. Did not fall over. We're back in that position where if the goblin can knock down the tree, then bad things happen. But I think that's the risk we have to accept. It takes a lot of players. Mm. To get 2 dice on the tree, it needs 5 assists. And they're only on 9 players. So if you had the goblin plus 5 assists, that would only leave 3 players. Doesn't look like they're going for it. Looks like they're just trying to put some pressure on up here. I mean, they've got a 5+ hit on the ball for 1 dice if they want it. With 4 rerolls, at some point you try it, right? Don't think this can go all around the top. I hope I haven't miscounted. Well, they could definitely not now with that in there. At least Ross is proud of you. Ross doesn't like dwarfs either. We've talked about it. Ross shares my opinion that Elf Blood Bowl is much more fun than Dwarf Blood Bowl. Okay. I mean, this is still looking not great for next turn, isn't it? Goblin dodge to win the turn, I would guess, unless they're just happy leaving the tree to play with the goblin. Yeah. Okay. Could you continue to be helpful, please, Shepherd? Yes, you can. Good. Nice. That's what we want to see. Oh, that's what we really want to see. I have to reroll this. Managed not to do the running man as well, so that's good. 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 Do you know what, honestly? You can punch it. That's a really, really helpful armor break. No more rerolls for the half, though. 3 more turns. No knockdowns, great. Well done, Krakatoa Kid. It's 1 fewer player moving up towards us. Oh, they're going to punch us here. So that's 4, 5, 6. 1 dice right now. You have to bring another one to make it 2 dice, and then you could free up the blitzer. Or you just trust the 1 dice. Trust the 1 dice. They've been pretty good so far. Okay, so they've got 2 blitzes free. Haven't blitzed yet, so I guess maybe here. Makes the rush. Here's the blitz I thought. Scary turn coming up. With no rerolls. Everything's scary with no rerolls. Goblin gets out. Yeah, okay. I think it's the same odds either way, right? Like the dodge is 1 in 36, the block is 1 in 36. But at least if this fails, they still have to knock us down. So I think that's first. Don't think there's anything that we're doing before we do this. So go for a blitz. Okay, it's not what we were hoping for, but I will leave you there and hope we can make the dodge. Can. They can't reach, so it's just the goblin. We might have to go in on turn 15, which obviously is like not ideal, but orcs with no thrower for a 2 turn is not easy either. Should have done that stand up first. That's the thing I should have rolled before doing the block. Let's try to make the goblin have to roll a dice. And you're quite far away now, so I think we try to bring you out as well. I think we do the hard dodges here because you going around here doesn't really do anything for us, whereas if you go through, you might get somewhere useful. Fine. This was a bit of a like tough call because you could like dodge this off right after doing the failed hit because you've got dodge skill, but each dice you roll, you're giving yourself that 1 in 36 chance, and so the instinct was not to roll anything else before dodging the ball carrier. Yeah, moving that into range. I think that's. I guess they're probably going to blitz with this and just try to bring it close. We're going to get 1 dice powered on the tree again. Just a push there, that's nice. This is going to be a horrible decision turn because for sure there's going to be an option to trust in dodge in blodge while oh, spins a reroll on that, while trying to make the ball sort of safe with some other dodges. But like I said, is it better just to score and say the Orc 2 turn isn't that easy? I mean, it is an Orc 2 turn against maybe only 8 players. What does my position look like here? So we stand there. We're hoping this can make a dodge. Then you've got a screen on this side. It can still come around this side, but you could potentially come into... I think we just score. I think it's not worth not scoring. It's game 2 of the run. It gets us this level on status jackdaw, which we want. I think it's not worth the risk. Give them the chance of the draw, but make them roll the dice. Since we haven't got rerolls especially. And also, you know, like if we don't score a touchdown, it's like it's like cumulative. It gives us this skill which we want, but it also every touchdown's worth 10,000 in the bank, which we also want. So there's like layers to it as well. We did get our KO back, so we're on 9. Can't do proper chevrons, but maybe we'll do something like... No, we've got to go full width. We've got to make it so that they can't go both sides. They have to pick a side to blitz through. So I guess maybe it's just like that. Yeah. Ayoed. Mixed bag. We had a bit of a miserable end to our original Wood Elf team for this season, but we started a new one. We had a Nurgle team concede against us in game 1, and this is game 2, which is... We're 1-0 up, which is good. They've got 2 turns to score back. So, a mix. How's your time been going out? How's everyone's Easter preparations coming? We did lose Thulian as well. I had to bust on a catcher, unfortunately. He is a dead catcher. Easter finished last week, just off uni. How? What? Hang on. I'm so confused. Like, is Easter in a completely different week in some countries? I didn't realise that was how it worked. Changing weather sadly does not give them rain, but it has pushed the ball back a little bit. So in terms of scoring threats, they haven't given themselves lots of opportunities for scoring threats. Pretty much just this guy. I assume you're blitzing through this side. That's stuck on the line. That's too far back. That's too far back. So yeah, I mean, I guess they can get there with the rushes, but they haven't helped themselves here for scoring threats. I'm pagan, my Easter is... Oh, cool, okay. Better known as Ostara. Is that like a spring solstice? Is there a spring solstice? I always hear about like the winter solstice and the summer solstice. Like what would... Because most pagan things are like to do with the sun and the seasons, right? Spring equinox, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah. When the sun is at the most average. Oh, another serious injury. We don't like that on fresh players. Probably not dead just because we won't have the cash to replace them, but 2 seriously injured rookie linemen. So that's a scoring threat. They have 1. For now, it is just 1. And it looks to me like it will be just 1. I'm not going to stand firm this time. Just in case you're thinking of fouling. Like the goblin could double rush to be in scoring range, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, double rush would put the goblin in range to double rush again next turn and be in range. Okay, picks the ball up. Screens it. The blitzers have animosity for all players, don't they? Yeah, so it doesn't even matter who you try to hand it to. Okay, so they have unfortunately realised just in time that they need to get another scoring threat in. I actually think maybe we blitz the goblin now, because this is like harder to dodge and stuff, whereas the goblin, if you can get the ball to it, can just do like annoying goblin stuff. Okay, so that's not a scoring threat. This is. So we're making a screen in front of it. Put another player on it. And why not if we can get one more? That'll be pretty tough. Okay. I think that'll be pretty tough. Not impossible. You can always roll sixes, but they've got an uphill blitz through or very hard dodges. They're going to have to do a pass. Have got 3 rerolls, so... It's a push here. Okay. Gives you your way through. Can this afford to go back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it can't. I think you had to blitz forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. I think they can't do it now. I think it had to be Jock, like counting it now. I didn't realise, but I think they actually literally had to use the blitz there because without it they can't move enough squares. So I think they've already failed it and they're just going to foul our tree instead. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, they can do it by going sideways instead of going backwards. Yeah, yeah, 5, 4, 3. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, fair. So it's possible. Just to stand on the tree. And then third time today, we've been fouled 3 times today and they have argued the call successfully every time. I hate that rule. Anyway, we got the win, which is good. We have a dead catcher, which is not good. Sorry, Thane, it's not even worth keeping it around. Like an agility 3 catch is just, it's just not good, sadly. So we are down a catcher. Straight in with strip ball. What do we play in the ladder? Dwarf strip ball doesn't do anything for you. Orcs at this TV, it might do something for you. That last orc team didn't have a thrower. Undead, it would do something for you. Underworld, it might. I mean, obviously they've got the thrower, but they also do carry on gutter runners. Like by instinct, strip ball is what I go to first. It's not as good in this ladder as I think it is in some other settings. Easter is a time of resurrection, yes. I've got an ad break. Although Cobblestorm, you're subbed. So yeah, now's a good time to drop the question. Yes, drop the question. We picking skills? I mean, I think so, kind sir. I don't know. Like, it's a tough decision because, like, I am torn between, like, knowing that if I pick skills, I'm going to get to a point on this ladder where my team's too expensive, and not picking skills and ending up with a team that doesn't function as well as it needs to. So, like, it feels like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. I've randomed a break tackle dance. The other dance are already random to chosen tackle mine, but if I lost, so I have to put them further. Hey, Arbishon. Kind sir, I'll tell you one thing that I have thought on my last run, which is every other Wood Elf team I've spun into has had a Mighty Blow tackle, and I have felt like I am behind in that matchup as the team that doesn't have it. And so part of me thinks I have to get the Mighty Blow tackle and just pay the 60 for it. And so that I think shouldn't be random. I do hear what Thulian is saying about the side step into random general. That's a thing that I know other players do, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't know if I want it to be my first one. I almost feel like I'm happy to do that when we're cycling, but although you could do it now and get side step. I don't know. Cobblestorm, I've randomed a break tackle dancer. The other dancer already random strip into chosen tackle. Now I'm at a bit of a loss of how to develop them further. Okay. Hang on. I don't hate random break tackle. It's not like amazing, but for half price, I think it's pretty good. No, it's pretty good. It's going to let you get out of some situations. The thing is that it kind of only makes the dodge as good as leap would be anyway in most situations. But for dodging through tackles, like one tackle zone and getting out of spots, sometimes it's probably really nice. And, you know, you'd rather, if you're going to do the 3+ into a sort of a loose cage, you'd rather do the 3+ with dodge skill, wouldn't you, than use a leap. So I think the strip tackle piece you've got really nice. Is that sorry, I should have asked right away, Cobblestorm. Is that in this ladder, or is that in a league? What's the setting? Because that will affect my answer. If it's in this ladder, I would not hate doing. Okay, so I would say with the strip tackle, I would not hate giving it side step next. I probably wouldn't hate just doing random generals on it, to be honest. But if you're going to pick, I think it's side step next. The other choice that you can pick if you're picking is, well, there's two ways you can go if you're picking. You can go for wrestle, just to go for an ultimate sacker, or you can go save for the secondaries. And it's got tackle, so Mighty Bow's good. It's got strip ball, so Juggernaut's good. I would not want to random a secondary on it because it's already quite expensive, and there's a lot of bad ones you could get. Like, you could end up getting a armbar for 20,000, multiple blocks. So don't random a secondary on it. If you want to random on it again, random the generals, because Fend is good. I don't really like pro on war dances because the things you reroll with war dances, you mostly want a real reroll for. But I guess it helps for greed hits. Sure hands, again, I don't love it on a war dancer, but hey, if you haven't got it on your team, it's got a use. Dauntless is good for 10,000. Frenzy depends on your comfort level with Frenzy. It certainly can be good for 10,000. Shadowing's okay for 10,000. Dirty Player's bad, but Kick, again, not bad to have on your team for 10,000. Wrestle, as you said, it was a good one to pick. So there's enough good there that if you want to random, I'd random on generals. But probably I would think about picking the side steps. Save for stats on the break tackle. See, depending on how cash rich you are, part of me on the break tackle, since it's a random anyway, is almost inclined to say save up, do another random secondary, and then if you like it, you've got a great player. If you don't like it, cycle it. Because break tackle's like, it's one of the ones that's okay as a random secondary, but would you choose it ahead of some of the other things you could choose? Probably not. So for me, it's almost like on that borderline where it's like, okay, we'll take it. Save up again, random secondary again. If you get Mighty Blow, Guard, Juggernaut, then you're starting to think, okay, these are two like nice secondaries. Whereas if you hit a bad one, you go, okay, well, it wasn't like it was amazing. We can start over. Yeah, that's true, Thedian. But yeah, Frenzy can help with one turning. That's also true. So yeah, I think there's a lot of ways you can go with the War Dance in this ladder. I do think the sidestep way is the way to go. I do think random secondaries is reasonable on them, but only if you've got the cash to cycle, which we are nowhere near having, because bad, very borderline, brilliant, okay, but I'd probably random another secondary again, see if it's good, because that's just the same as paying full price for sidestep, really. Bad, good, bad, can't get it, okay, good. There's like 3 good, and then a few that are sort of borderline. So I think with the secondaries on strength, you can do it, but you have to be ready to cycle them because there's enough bad ones there. Safe pair of honks. Random agility on a war dancer, I've never really looked at. You don't want catch because you've got catches. Diving tackle's good. Sneaky kit's bad. Defensive is probably bad. Safe pair of hands is bad. Like, sidestep, sure feet, sprint are all fine. Jump ups, maybe even nice for 10,000. So they're not terrible because those ones are okay, but the general's just got more hits for you. The general's got way more like good outcomes. I don't know what to do with you now. Don't know what to do with you. Because I'm not in position to cycle. Why don't we make this one the sidestep and go that way? Because I've not actually done it. I've like thought about it and I think it could work, but I've not done it. So let's do the sidestep into generals and see how we like it. You learn by doing. So am I going to roll a random general on Krakatoa Kid? This is the other thing. Like, I don't know how I feel about the random generals because, yeah, cheap, good. There's some good ones here. But like, just having like 1 or 2 wrestle linemen on a Wood Elf team helps it so much that at the beginning I'm almost inclined to save up and just pay for a couple. Can always do some cycling later. It's not that they aren't good because what you say is true, Shepherd. Like, just cycle them or whatever, like let them die. But what's also really good is just having some wrestle. Like, if it wasn't for the TV cap, without question, I would save the first one for wrestle. Until I've got at least 1 wrestle, I wouldn't be randoming. Maybe after the first one, but like having 1 wrestle really helps the team. So I'm going to stick to my guns on that. I understand what everyone's saying, but I think the first one's wrestle, and after that, they're randoming.